Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream. Today we will be continuing diamond painting the Elice dragon. Now I've left the link down below where you can purchase this along with some other stuff. So we also got some new stuff too, guys. So who wants to see the new stuff? Just have to open it up. Robin is here, so she gets to see all the new stuff that came. I got an Amazon bag. What could be in my Amazon bag? I wonder. What could be possibly in my Amazon bag? Of course, the Amazon bag is full with goodies. Now these. And I'm still working on this one and the Pegasus. I had to work up here on the Pegasus because I had a hard image to do, a hard part of the image to do. So I did the dark part of the image first because I like working on the lighter image. But once I start working in a darker part, sometimes I need the light pad. So, but this is the new Julia Sperry book. This is all grayscale pictures. It's really pretty. I haven't seen it yet. See, this is all her grayscale. A lot of people haven't seen this one yet. I know I should say this is coloring, but it is a coloring channel too. You guys would like to see this. Like that these are grayscale pictures. Could do a lot with this. I know this is supposed to be diamond painting, but look at how pretty this is. I like things like this old vintage style painting. Really nice vintage style paint art in here. But she does give you 2 copies of each image, was what I was told. Hello, Dan. How are you? This is Julia Sperry's new book. This is her grayscale one. So it's awfully light. Some of the grayscale in this is light and some of it is darker, so I guess you could do a lot in this book. Hi. Hi, everybody. This is Julia Sperry's new grayscale book that I'm flipping through. I just got it now in the mail. I opened up that yellow envelope. So I guess this is set 2. Yeah, this is where set 2 starts because this was the first image. Yeah, 2 images of each. I'm not sure what that is. Then I got another color by number. Now, I know some of you are like, Grace, you don't do color by number. I do if I like the book and the pictures. So you guys know I haven't really finished any of the color by numbers. I need to start learning how to do them. Oh, Jesus. I hate when it tells me my thing is in battery saver mode. I thought I had plugged it in, but you know, that's happened sometimes. So let's see if why does everything, see, this seems to have darker line art and numbers, but the numbers are really, really little and light. Like 5 is red. Okay. 5 is red. And I guess empty is white, right? If there's nothing on it, it's white, right? Guys, if there's nothing, no numbers on the thing, does that mean it's white? For you color by number fanatics? That is adorable. I have to do a simple picture for when I start doing color by numbers because then I'll get into the hang of doing one. Once I do one, I probably will end up starting liking doing them. So I'll probably do something simple, you know? I forget whose channel did I see this on. T, did I see this on your channel or did I see this on Nikki's channel? I saw somebody with this book. Somebody who's like doing the big color by number thing. So then it was probably Nikki's. Then they say this is bonus stuff from the other books. This is Christmas fantasy. That's cute. Autumn. I don't have the autumn one. It was too late for me to do the autumn one, but fashion. Fantasy landscapes. Which I have fantasy landscapes, by the way. Trains. This is more mosaic style. Then they said, please leave us a review. These I actually bought, so they were not there. Now, all of you know how much I love Nikki Burnett. Now, I love Nikki Burnett. I had finished her other spellbinding image. Now, this is the beginners. I started with beginners volume 2 because when I first bought it, they were out of volume 1. So then I bought volume 2. So volume 3 is now where I am. I finished volume 2, so now I want another one of hers. This is all grayscale. And when you color grayscale, I tend to color it in marker myself, personally. See, these are some examples of things you could do with images if you wanted to. Just some ideas of images. These are all images in the book, probably. And they're just giving you ideas on how you could color it. Like this would make a great Halloween book. Like if you like Halloween and you wanted something to color, this is a great grayscale book. The paper is very much like the other book. A little glossy, but that's okay. And all the girls have names. I thought I'd start this off with the coloring section first, and then we'll... I could see myself doing something like this because this would be an easy one for me to do. Is that a pomegranate? I'm not really sure what that is. It's barely. Isn't it? And it's not... Here's the thing. This paper is different than your regular Amazon paper. I'm just going to flip it over so you guys get in. I tell you, Nikki Burnett has some great stuff in her catalog, guys. If you've never gotten a Nikki Burnett book, I suggest you do. If grayscale is in your thing, she has plenty of line scale books as well as grayscale. I like that this artist has a nice selection of grayscale books too. So I was looking on her catalog and I was like, okay, I can totally love your stuff. But I just tend to gravitate now towards the grayscale a lot more. That doesn't mean that I don't love regular coloring. It's just that's what I tend to be gravitating at the moment towards is grayscale stuff. That's funny. A little bit, but it's like the Christine Karen paper. It's very smooth, but you still have to put a blotter down on it. These were like about, I think, what was this? About $13 for this book. So it was a little bit more on the pricier end because of the paper. The papers are different. It's a little bit of a glossier paper when you color them. Plus, there were more books with this order, but, you know, they decided to split it into 2 orders. So, you know how that goes when they don't ship it all together. So I'll get the other half on Sunday, they said. So that should be nice. I'm still waiting for my Color in Heaven magazine. So that's the end of the book. Exactly. If I'm going to be, you know, I'll pay more money for better paper. But not everybody has the, you know, and I want to defend that statement because not everybody has the same amount of money or budget. Little thing get in there. So Let's start painting. You guys can't see, but I have all my little stands here. I have the sketch box who has some more pens in there. This little symbol here is 10. You know, some of us can do it and some of us can't. So I'm going to try not to buy any more books because I have the Emil Jarrett book still to come. I think Johanna is going to have a new book out soon. Del Rubio, somehow I was on the list for pre-order and they canceled my pre-order. And there's something wrong with the book. So now I might not be able to get the new Del Rubio book. I might have to end up buying that one as a... Okay, I probably need more wax at this pen. Yeah. Of course, the little things. Where did that come from? The little thing in the wax. This must be from the other set. This is from the other painting. Because it's square. That's how I know it comes from the other painting that I'm doing. I'm still doing the Pegasus. Okay, call your mother back. Where does this green one come from? Sometimes I get weird things. Sometimes you get weird things with the painting. But as you guys can tell, we've done quite a lot of parts of this. I've done a lot off camera. I don't know what's going on with this pen. It's not sticking, and this pen happens to be from Laz and Lath Works, Daniel O'Milliner. I don't know if it's the bolt that's not working very nicely for me, or if it's just the bolt that's not. Sometimes the bolts don't work very well. Sometimes you have to take it to another. I didn't buy anything. No, I'm live. Sorry, guys. I didn't buy anything. Amazon package came, but that was it. Jesus. Every time we go live, somebody's always there. Like, this is a Daniel O'Milliner pen. It comes from Laz and Last Works. He has a Facebook group, Laz and Last Works. If you're wondering about the pen, he made this from a purple and white blank. It looks blue on camera, but really it's purple. The purple doesn't really show up very well. You know, sometimes colors, when you're on film, they change the colors. I don't know if I didn't put enough wax in my thing. Oh. You know what I used to like before I got into coloring was Sudokus. I really used to like the puzzle of 9. Well, Sudoku is just basically a square puzzle. It's 1 through 9, and you try to figure out the numbers couldn't repeat, so you had to try to figure out the pattern or how to solve the puzzle. I was very good at the easy ones. The medium ones, I was not so good at. The medium ones I was okay with, but when I got into the hard ones, and then the diagonal ones, the crazy ones. You know, Sudokus are hard because they're like different ones. Sudokus are really fun to do. I need more 10. And you can purchase these little containers on Amazon. 3D puzzles are a little hard to do because I don't really understand them as much as I understand a traditional puzzle. I know Robin was a little surprised to see me do a diamond painting today, but I haven't worked on this for, I started working on it a little bit off camera today, and I was like, you know what? Let me do some of this on camera because, getting this done is going to be this, and I have to get the Pegasus done at some point. What I did the other day, Robin, was I brought up the Pegasus from downstairs, and I bought a light pad so I could work on the darker area of the canvas first because I'm having a problem reading the symbols without the light pad and that thing. Even the most, sometimes if the one area is too dark, you need to have that. Even with good light, sometimes it's hard to see. See? No, people say diamond painting is easy. It depends on the canvas and the person who it is. Because not all diamond paintings are created equal. See, then you have this here. Trying to see if there's any more places where there is one like that. So now we go back and put that in 10. You have to tell me where you got that, Robin, because I think I need a bigger one with a bigger cord. I want one with I want a light pad that has a bigger cord. So, so it's easier for me to leave the table where it is without me having to move it. Now I'm looking for number 5, which is 15. Yeah, when you buy smaller ones that aren't from like the big the big 3 companies, you sometimes don't get a inventory sheet. Smaller canvases, you're more likely not to get a canvas size on them. An inventory sheet, because like with my things from Diamond Art Club and Treasure Studio Arts, I'm definitely going to get an inventory sheet, but not all companies give you an inventory sheet. So this is number 5. Almost 6s and 5s. Sometimes they're right next to each other, so it's hard to tell. And I'll tell you the truth, round is a lot easier to work with than square. Robin, can you provide a link to where you got that iPad? I'm sure other people would like to know. I've already eaten. What's good that you got an iPad that you liked? Trying to figure out where the pies are. So now we want the green zeros, which is number 18. I was told it's always good to pour more than less. I think maybe this week or next week I will finish this. Then we can work on Santa. Does the thing have a longer cord, the bigger iPad? Just curious. Well, someone said to me, why don't you just do it as a multiplayer? It's faster. Thank you, Miss Robin. It's almost as much as a kid, but it might be worth it. I know there's been like dawns and marathons. Thank you, Robin. We really like when you do those things. I mean, how have you been feeling now with the new grandkid and everything? That must be fun to have a new grandchild. See how easy it is? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure when the situation gets all settled that you'll see them a lot. You'll see the grandbaby, the new grandbaby, a lot more than you do now. You know, sometimes just people need to get, accustomed to their new surroundings, things like that. Because even though there were O's here, there are more O's here. You guys want to see the wee wax? This is wee wax. This comes from Laura Lynn. And it smells so nice. I tell you, Laura Lynn has some nice products on her wee wax store. So you put your wee wax in like this, right? Like a tin. I really love the smell of this wee wax. And for those who are wondering, this is scented patty wax. If anybody was curious as to what patty wax was, this is still called patty wax, and you buy from them on Etsy as well. Decided to go on a little earlier today. I wanted to go on yesterday, but I wasn't feeling very good yesterday, so plus my voice was a little shot. I feel bad for that, but it'd be more fun to do diamond painted today. Oh, so we got 8. What is number 8? Number 8 is 21. This is for 5. So I'm going to get the leads. That must be exciting, Robin, that they're getting their own place. It's going to be nice for them. You know, before I started, my coffee was bland. And then funny thing about it was like, before I started, I was making myself a cup of coffee, and I was like, why does this not taste right? It tastes a little, doesn't have flavor. And then I forgot I didn't put sugar in it. Of course, who did that? Well, here's the problem. They're going to have real stresses with that baby now. You know, a baby cries, a baby, cries, and it's going to have to be fed at all hours of the night, Not easy, Robin, to be around someone 24/7. How does this coffee do this? This coffee makes everything look so easy. Okay, now we need one of those. What is this symbol? The little lowercase t, 14. It's also realizing you need help to get the help you need and recognize it. That's not an easy thing for everybody to recognize that they need help, Robin. Sometimes, everything could be going well, and then sometimes, boom, like you don't see things sometimes clearly. Dickville. Fairy wings. I think when you're younger, it's easier to get help because you're more willing to ask for it. When you're older, you get stuck in your ways, like going, I don't need no help. For a long time, I didn't think I had anger issues. But what I did was I suppressed it, which is more dangerous to suppress anger because then you become explosive. Now we need a K. K is 22. only need 1K. Now star is the next one. What is the star? Is 11. You know, this is a bunch of little stars here. Then over here. Now this is an Enabler's Outpost pen. And this is what they call a thick pen. So these are really worth the price. If you can get thick pens, I highly recommend. If you suffer from hand issues and you want a thicker pen, you can find them at Enabler's Outpost. Or if they don't have any in stock, just message the people who own it, and they could probably make you a thick pen. There's nothing wrong with being a slower paced thing because, you know, I find that when I go slower paced that I enjoy something more. Like, I love coloring. I color fast by some people's standards. I think I'm a medium speed colorist, but that's just me personally. You know, once I do one color by number, maybe then I'll start doing other colors by number on camera, but I have to do one off camera just to get the hang of it. Now, I always see Miss Coffee do this to rotate her that drills when she needs to flip them up. So. See, most of the canvases when I bought them, and that was before I knew there was a difference between square and round or square. I have a few round ones. I don't have a lot of round ones, but that doesn't make them any less nicer than squares. In my opinion, I prefer rounds. Rounds are a lot easier than squares. Squares just like you have to be perfect on them. So what is everybody coloring? Diamond painting. I know Michelle is doing her new one with spiral. What are you doing, Robin? Which one are you doing? So then we have the little plus symbol. So the plus symbol is number 20. When I'm done, I put them all in a jar, the drills. Sometimes when you're doing a painting, you don't see it coming out, but then it's I have tons of big ones, so I'm gonna put some more 20s out. See it, but for me, I like these containers better than I like the Tic Tac containers. But I know there's another storage solution that's humongous that Rachel Ray and Miss Coffee have. I don't have that. They're just a little over my not in my price range because they're expensive. Except, but boy, do they hold a lot according to them and other people who use it. It may not seem you get a lot done, but the more you do it, the more gets done. Don't know where that went. Okay, that one was number 7. This one to number 4. Sometimes you can use the same pens for round and square. You know, I was watching the other night. I was actually watching episode 2 of Seduced. Now, some of you don't know Catherine Oxenberg. In the 80s, Catherine Oxenberg was a very famous actress. She did Dynasty. She's also royalty. But her daughter, India, joined Nexium. And, you know, they explained how they entice you and lure you in, and then, you know, do, you know, all this stuff that they did. And the second episode focuses on how you get indoctrinated and how, you know, your mind starts to not become your own. Luckily, these are tiny enough I can pick up. Usually have tweezers, but I can't find the tweezers today. I'm seeing if there's any more pluses. I don't see any more pluses, so I will put this back in 20. I do. But every pen is different by the way it feels, by the way you use it, how much wax you're putting on it. These are all things, we do. Okay, what is this little symbol? That is number 5. Trying to see if there's any more 5s. Number 6 is number 6. We wax. I like the we wax a lot better than I thought I would. And some pens, these work really well, but I've heard that if you have the Texas stuff, they work even better on the Texas ones. The Texas ones are the new product that Stephanie Sebastian has developed, the new metal tips for pens. So people are always coming out with new stuff for the hobby. So some of it good, some of it, not so good. But most of the stuff that I've seen that's new is very good, and it's very conscientiously made. Like we wax. The thing about we wax is that it's not chemical, and she uses all natural products to do it. So every Friday she'll have a new scent up, supposedly, but sometimes I get there too late on Fridays to order the new scent. So I was lucky when I got this one. This one is like a lemony one. And guys, shake it. You have to shake the drills. So, the other day I was thinking about some things, Then me and my mother made some food yesterday. I didn't want to make food, but she made me make it. And it actually turned out to be really good. We made these turnip and potato patties. It really came out very, very good. They were it was different to make them because I had never done it before. So my mother got a recipe off the internet. So, we pretty much followed it almost. Now I'm looking for more 6s. I don't see no more sixes. Green is L. That's number 19. And these are like my favorite little things to use because they're just so easy to manage. So, what has everybody been watching? I've been watching different things. Depends on what I like to watch. Oh. I wish people wouldn't send me messages while I was live streaming. So that is number 10. We need to go back to number 10. So now we're done with 10. Now we want A, which is number 7. Sometimes the thing. Oh, it was very yummy, Dan. It was very tasty. Turnips and potato patties. You know, I've never made this meal before, so 7 is A. Because we had already done the potatoes and the turnips, so we just had to add a few more things to it. So, like, we did the hard parts the night before because we were making potatoes and turnips for another night. So A is what we're doing now. We're doing all the A's. So doing all the A's. I'd probably see 2 or 3 more parts in the video part of this before I finish this totally. See, these are not A's, but I don't know why they came in there. I guess they weren't socially distancing. They were lonely. They needed to mix with their neighbors. So now we need this blue one and this blue one. So now what is this blue one? That is 16. Oh, mandalas are fun. So you see how it all is working. $16. Hi, for Sean. How are you doing today? We're working on we've been working on this for a while. We're working on the diamond painting, the dragon that I got for review. So we're working on that today. That'd be a nice little. Oh, see, I hate when they pop out if you're trying to figure out where you are on the painting. So I need ease. Water ease, number 2. So take the ease. Normally, I would not be able to do this. On any other canvas, I would not be able to do that. Keep that in mind. I'm only able to do that because of the material on this canvas. Oh, I'm so happy. It's a nice painting, isn't it? So. It's a great painting. That's why I leave the link so you guys can find it easily. You know, sometimes you can only buy certain canvases, certain sizes, and you're like, no, but I want to buy it bigger, and you don't understand why you can't get it bigger. And I'm looking to see if there's any more ease. Yes, there's one more E. I need another E. So now we'll take the E. Yeah, but you know, some canvases are so pretty, you're like, you have to get them no matter the size. But then you're like, why can't they make them bigger? A lot of people don't understand that number 4 is these little things over there. Do them like this. It really is a very fun thing to do. You know, there's still things I'm waiting on, but they'll come. You know, if you're waiting on things, don't wait. Like, someone asked me, well, how long does it take to get a TAS or a DAC? Which TAS is Treasure Art Studios and DAC is Diamond Art Club. Now, depending on what you get, It could take a little while or no time at all. But once they get the, the reason why sometimes the canvases take so long is because they have to restock them, or they have so many orders for these canvases. It's not as easy as people think it is to stock them because there's tons of people buying them. So now we got this black one, which is number 3. You need to do that. Oh well. It's okay to pull more than you need because then you won't be able to see. See, and this would be considered a multi-placer. So here you see I have a bunch of them. So what I have to do here is put this in the re-wax. See? So that's in the re-wax is in there. It's properly applied. Now, in order to do the multi-placer, you can do it like this. Because somebody had asked me about using the multi-placer during one of my videos, so I thought. But you see, once you start filling out the thing, you can find symbols a lot easier. Yeah, it just takes a little time to get it. Some people were like, because some of the paintings were out of stock when they reordered them, they had to wait a while to get them. But I go, it all depends on when they get them, the company, and then they ship them out to you from their suppliers. So people don't really understand how the supply chain works. Because there's a lot of materials that go into making a diamond painting. Okay, guys, I'm trying to figure out what else. Yes. Fours. What is number 4 is 17. So first we're gonna pour these things in. See, this is one reason why I like the white boats over the green boats. Do you have this wax or do you have the patty wax, the wee wax, or this? This is patty wax. This smells really good. Oh, that's a really interesting scent. This is patty wax. So if anybody got curious. Number 17 is 4. So I guess we can do this line now. So what is that arrow? That's 1. That 1 is the arrow. You know, I like the smaller multi-places because they do better job than the large ones. Now, don't get me wrong, multi-placing, there's nothing wrong with multi-placing, but you have to be really, really careful when you multi-place because sometimes you may not put on you may put on too much wax, or there's not enough wax, or the wax is dried up. So be careful of that too. And the way that you take the wax out is you get a little tiny little thing like a tweezer or something, then you go with it and then put it out, or you wet the tip and then get it out that way with the towel so you don't damage the tip. Those are just things I learned by watching other people. But when you're working with squares, it's harder. I seem to be going, I don't know why, but I go faster when I do it like this with rounds. I guess with rounds, you don't have to be perfect. With squares, you do. Guess now we can do this. Now, see, with rounds, you get a much easier time doing it. See, normally I can't do that. Today I can do this. See, I didn't do that perfectly, and now I have to move them. See, if you don't put them on just right to do that. With rounds, I can do that. I can't do that with squares. And so that's a little bit off. See how, but you see how much easier it is when you're doing why some people like doing multi-places because they find it faster and easier to do it. You can do it like that, but to do that takes a bit of practice, and you're not going to get it right away. So let's put more ones. So, what other activities are people planning to do for the next month? You know, has anybody started planning their Thanksgiving dinners? Me and my mother are already talking about the grocery. We're writing things down that we need. Does anybody else do that with their grocery for the holidays? They start writing down the things they need so they can make food and things like that. It's actually kind of fun sometimes to plan something with your relatives. You know, we've decided to stay home, me and my mother, rather than travel to relatives' houses this year. Where did that come from, that shiny little thing? So, you know, I'm enjoying planning Thanksgiving with my mother. As soon as I'm done this one, we can get started on Santa, hopefully. That'll be fun to start on Santa. Yeah, they do sometimes, right? See, we've already done a lot of this. But you see, with the tiny ones, it sometimes don't judge snack size too harshly, because sometimes the snack size ones are just as difficult as the bigger ones. Really, guys. Sometimes the snack size ones are good practice, because teaches you how to get around really weird things too. Sometimes drills popping up, seeing drills not being placed right. More ones. Ones seem to be what we're doing today. No, I saw a girl one time do the whole frame of a painting first, and then she worked in the other areas of the painting. And this is using wax. And that's a small. You see, this is a small multiplacer. This isn't a large multiplacer. Some people will use like 6, 7, or 9s. I've even seen 12 places. You know, when I first started diamond painting, I did not think I was going to get into it. And I got all the stuff that I was like, okay, I'll try it. And so I got an accessory kit, but I wish I had held off on getting the accessories kit and wish I had known a little bit now what I know about it. But, you know, a lot of this is practice and error and learning and watching other people make mistakes too. Because you learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Like someone may love the Tic Tac containers. I personally don't like the Tic Tac container. That doesn't mean that they're wrong. It's just what their preference is. Now we need to do the stars, which is 11. You know, now some people are going to say, well, no, you should do it like this. You should do it like that. You know what I say? Everybody's got to find their own way to do things. It may not necessarily be your way of doing things, but it's what works for them. And you know, a light pad works the best when you're having a problem like this little thing here. I don't know what this is, so I'm going to need the light pad. So every once in a while, you get one little thing that you don't know what it's for. And you're like, what is that symbol for? So you see how the colors all seem to correspond. And I do keep the plastic on when I'm not. And you can roll up your canvas with the diamonds in front, but sometimes what happens is I find with some of the bigger canvases, they tend to pop when I do that. I don't know why, but some of the more, not the TASs and the DACs, but everybody else does. So I don't know if that's something the way the company makes it or what. So anybody else diamond painting, coloring, crocheting, planning, any other special thing that they're doing. You see how everything starts to come together near the end of the painting? I'm really doing this well. You do need to have patience to do one of these, though. And what I mean by patience is, are you willing to? Because some of these paintings will take you a while. Now, some people can do paintings like in 2-3 hours. But, you know, sometimes that's not going to happen. I mean, if you do one in 2 to 3 hours, I'm like, even I'm impressed. Even small ones like this take a while to do. You know, the great thing about this community is that there's so many different people in it, you know, from all kinds of backgrounds. And, you know, you learn from them. As soon as I'm done this section, as soon as I'm done with all the drills in this container, we'll end it. And maybe next time we'll be finishing the painting. Who knows? What I really want to do is finish it on camera. Okay, that's where we'll stop today. But as you can see, this is where we're going to stop today. So basically, we still have to get this whole top part down and the little parts in here. There's some parts in the wing that still need to be fixed, but it seems like this is coming along really nicely. So I'm going to put the plastic back on. I took the plastic off today, so it would be easier for me to do this. Now, when you get the plastic on these, this is a good plastic to keep on them. Now, some people use contact paper. Go over their paintings because they feel like it's a more secure thing, but I don't think I have any contact paper or tracing paper, whatever they call it. So then you put all your stuff back. 5, 6, 7. 13. So I hope you all have enjoyed this stream. Oh, you used parchment paper. Because I've been seeing people use white paper, like they use contact paper. I think that might be what I've been seeing is parchment paper too, Robin. So I want to thank you guys for coming to the stream. So hopefully next time that you're in the stream, we'll be able to finish this. And this is what we used. We wax, parchment paper, a boat, our home craftology, some pens, regular wax. Love this little wee wax. This is like my favorite new thing. So that's what we used. Those are the accessories. Well, that's a good thing to use diamond paintings for because you do have to be patient when working with this. It's just a matter of working with it. So I hope, like I use the snack size ones because they fit on my desk. The other, anything bigger than 30 by 40, I work on downstairs because it's a bigger area to work on my table. So if you guys remember that Victoria Moon was quite large too. So that was like only my second or third one that I had ever done. I was also doing, well, you try to use something that you feel. Here's the thing. You pick picture. This is to me anyway, this is true with me. In diamond paintings and coloring, I pick pictures that speak to me or books that speak to me because I don't want to be like, why did I get this? I'm not feeling it anymore. I have to feel the things that I color and diamond paint. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I like that. But you know what also is a determining factor now? Is price. Is the price right? Because some of the diamond paintings and even some of the coloring books can get quite expensive. So, I mean, if you spend a lot of money in diamond paintings and coloring books, here's my suggestion. Really look at them and go, will you really color in them? Will I really paint in those? How much time am I willing to give to them? If your answer is yes, I'm willing to give a lot of time to do that book, then get it by all means. Don't get it because everybody else is getting it. You might not end up liking it. You have to get what speaks to you, is my advice. Even when you read books too. No matter what hobby it is, you're going to do something that speaks to you. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the stream, and I hope you all have a great afternoon and great weekend, and hopefully I will see you back tomorrow, and we will color tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, everybody.